which days are the best 10 days in the year, you would have to say the first 10 days of Dhul-Hijjah. Now, where do we get this from?
Clipping their nails or cutting any part of the hair of the body until they slaughter the sheep.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My brothers, my sisters, if you were to be asked which nights are the best in terms of a set of 10 nights, you would say the last 10 nights of Ramadan. If you were to be asked which days are the best 10 days in the year, you would have to say the first 10 days of Dhul-Hijjah. Now, where do we get this from? We get it from the hadith of Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, where he speaks about what the Prophet ﷺ said. He says, "Ma min ayyamin," there are no days wherein which good deeds are more loved by Allah except or than the first 10 days of Dhul-Hijjah. "Ma min ayyamin al-amalu as-salihu fihinna ahabba ila Allahi min hadhihi al-ashr." There are no days besides these 10 wherein Allah loves good deeds more. So this would mean do as many good deeds as you can during the day. Which days? These 10 days of Dhul-Hijjah. Now, this is something amazing because the Prophet ﷺ has taught us about these 10 days. In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions their virtue in a certain way in the Quran. If you look at the oaths that are taken by Allah Almighty, He doesn't take an oath except by that which is extremely important and He wants to highlight something about it. And only Allah is allowed to take an oath with those things. As for us, we're not allowed to take an oath except by Allah. "Man kana halifan falyahlif billah." Whoever is going to take an oath should only take an oath by Allah. It is prohibited to take an oath by your mother, your son, your father, whoever else it may be. Haram. You should not do that. You know, some people take an oath on their father or their son or child, etc. That's not allowed. The Prophet ﷺ says, "La tahlifu bi abaikum." Don't take an oath on your fathers. If you're going to take an oath, take it on Allah, with the name of Allah, no one else's name. As for Allah, He can take an oath on what He wishes because He is the creator. So He has taken an oath on so many things or with so many things. One of them, He says in Surah Al-Fajr, "Wal-Fajr." He swears by daybreak. He swears by the Fajr, the oath. He takes an oath and He says, "Walayalin ashr." He swears by the 10 days. 10 days of what? Go back to what the Sahaba have said, what the Mufassirin and translators and experts of the Revelation have said. They've all said they are the 10 days of Dhul-Hijjah. Allah's taking an oath by them. He hasn't even taken an oath by Ramadan, but He's taken an oath here by the 10 days of Dhul-Hijjah. So this goes to show that there are no days wherein which Allah loves good deeds more than these 10 days of Dhul-Hijjah.
From Saudi Arabia, she says that now we know that a person, and this is similar to the question of Muhammad and also similar to other questions, so I will say it in brief. The sunnah for the people who intend to sacrifice is that when the first day of Dhul-Hijjah is due, they should refrain from clipping their nails or cutting any part of the hair of the body until they slaughter the sheep. This is the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He told us not to do so. Now, this is only for the people who are going to slaughter. So if I'm going to slaughter, my wife, my children, those who live under my roof, do not abide by the prohibition of clipping and cutting the hair, because they're not slaughtering. I am the one who's slaughtering. So in this case, they can do whatever they want as long as it is permissible. Only me, the one who is going to do the slaughtering.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum.
Sheikh, my question is it mandated to fast the whole 10 days of Dhul-Hijjah, the whole first 10 days. Jazakumullah khairan.
وَجَزَاكُمْ. Of course, when we say it is sunnah to fast the first 10 days of the Hijjah, due to the hadith where the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, there are no days of the year better in good deeds more than these 10 days. And the Prophet, ﷺ, as in the hadith, the other hadith, he used to fast these 10 days. Of course, this is called in Arabic at-taghlib, which means that we refer to the vast majority, not to the actual 10 days, because everybody knows that the 10th day is the day of Eid, and it is prohibited, and even if you fast it, it won't be accepted. It's invalid. So everyone knows that this 10th day is not included in fasting, but it's included in every other good deeds. So is it mandated? Is it mandatory? Is it obligatory? The answer is no, of course not. The only obligation is to fast the days of Ramadan. But it is highly recommended, beyond imagination, to do good deeds in these 10 days, including fasting, with the exception of the day of Eid, of course. And Allah.
Hope you liked our video. Consider subscribing and thanks for watching. See you all in our next video.